더워요. 네.
Nous allons voir, mais c'est un grand plaisir. Ça va autrement la vie? Ouais, ça bouge. Ça bouge. Que sera? Mais autrement, oui. comme ça, là. On fait comme ça. Oui, voilà. Mais c'est un plaisir.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the meeting will begin shortly. Kindly take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the meeting will begin shortly. Kindly be seated. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to ASEAN-Canada Ministerial Meeting. Before we begin the opening remarks by the co-chair, may I invite all ASEAN Foreign Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Canada onto the stage for the group photo session. First, we will begin with an official group photo. Please smile for the photo in 1, 2, 3. The next photo is the ASEAN way with right hand over the left. Please smile to the camera. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Excellencies.
Good morning, everyone. May I now call the meeting to order. First of all, I would like to welcome Honorable Christine Freeland, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Canada, and her delegation to this important meeting. According to the program, I assume the agenda is already adopted. According to this agenda, according to the program agenda, I have to start the opening statement, and then I will give the floor to you, to Your Excellency, for opening remarks. May I now start with my opening remarks? Madam Co-Chairs, Excellencies, first of all, on behalf of ASEAN colleagues and on my own, I wish to extend our warm welcome once again to Honorable Christina Freeland, Minister of Foreign Affairs Canada, and her delegation. I am delighted to co-chair this meeting with Minister Freeland. I also wish to express our sincere appreciation to the government of Thailand for the excellent arrangement made for this meeting. I wish to congratulate the previous country coordinator, the Philippines, for its hard work and able coordinatorship bringing forward ASEAN-Canada dialogue relations. Madam Co-Chairs, Excellencies, our dialogue relations has entered into a new phase since the 40th anniversary of dialogue relations in 2017. The attendance of Prime Minister Trudeau to the ASEAN-Canada Commemorative Summit on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of the establishment of ASEAN-Canada dialogue relations in 2017 and the ASEAN Summit in 2018 as guest of the ASEAN Chair reflected our firm commitment to enhance engagement and cooperation. We are encouraged to witness the progress made in the implementation of the ASEAN-Canada Plan of Action 2017-2020 with 80% of action lines being carried out. I welcome Canada's active participation in the ASEAN Regional Forum and Senior Official Meeting on Transnational Crime, SOMTC plus Canada. I wish to inform the meeting that Myanmar has had the opportunity of hosting the 8th SOMTC plus Canada consultation in Naypyidaw in late July 2019. Transnational crimes has always been high on ASEAN's agenda, and I hope that ASEAN and Canada could expand the cooperation in addressing the challenges of transnational crimes, including through the existing SOMTC plus Canada mechanism. Madam Co-Chair, trade and investment between ASEAN and Canada remains far from reaching its full potential. We need to give a heed in implementing the ASEAN-Canada Joint Declaration on Trade and Investment 2016 to 2020 work plan, while making the best use of available mechanism of Canada dialogue with SIOM and AEM. With regard to the ongoing discussions to explore the potential of free trade area between ASEAN and Canada, we welcome the outcomes of joint study on potential gains from possible ASEAN-Canada FTA. In order to build a solid foundation for a potential FTA, ASEAN and Canada need to continue engaging in exploratory discussions on potential free trade area. Madam Co-Chair, Excellencies, we are pleased to note Canada's support in promoting the rights of women, children, and migrant workers in our region, including through projects such as tripartite action for the protections and promotions of rights of migrant workers. ASEAN is also appreciative of Canada's contribution to Disaster Risk Management Fund and its support in the area of education, public health, and environmental conservation. We look forward to further strengthening our collaboration in the areas of science and technology, clean energy, technology, and people-to-people exchanges through tourism and education exchanges. With this, I am pleased to hear our co-chair's views on our relations and projection on the future of our dialogue relations. I now wish to give the floor to Honorable Christina Freeland. Madam Co-chair, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for the work that we have been doing together to prepare for today's meeting. Let me start by saying to our Thai hosts, Sawadika, Excellencies, ASEAN foreign ministers, senior officials, representatives from the ASEAN Secretariat. I am absolutely delighted to be here for this year's ASEAN-Canada Post-Ministerial Conference and to reinforce the strength of a partnership now well into its 5th decade that continues to deepen and grow. L'année dernière, nous avons marqué une étape importante dans nos relations. En effet, le Premier ministre Trudeau a assisté au sommet de l'ANES pour une 12e année de suite. On Canada's behalf, I'd like to congratulate our friends from Singapore for successfully chairing ASEAN last year. You guys did a great job, and I know that Prime Minister Trudeau was very grateful for the opportunity to participate last November. Let me also take a moment to thank Thailand for chairing this year. Khobkhanka, for your gracious welcome. And it is very special for me to be here in Thailand because I have learned from my Thai counterparts at previous meetings that Thailand actually means free land. So perhaps it is particularly auspicious. Great name for a country, also for a person. Southeast Asia is a dynamic and thriving part of the world, and it is a region that has so much in common with Canada. I think that one of the greatest successes of ASEAN as a community and of each ASEAN country is the way in which you have managed the tremendous diversity of this region. Cultural diversity, religious diversity, ethnic diversity, linguistic diversity. And you have found a way, not always easy, to make that diversity a strength. That is something that we would consider to be a core characteristic of Canada as well, and is perhaps a reason that we feel so at home working with our ASEAN partners. Now, one measure of that connection is the strength of the ASEAN diaspora in Canada. There are 1.3 million Canadians who trace their roots to ASEAN countries. We have a strong diaspora from every single ASEAN country in our country. And those human bonds are something that we in Canada cherish, and I believe are a strong foundation for contacts between our countries. We're building on those human bonds with our scholarship program. I am delighted to say that in the upcoming academic year, 140 ASEAN students will study in Canada under this scholarship program, and it's something that we hope to continue and expand. As a Pacific nation with diplomatic representation in all 10 ASEAN states, Canada deeply values the ties that we have forged with you over the past 40 years. And that is why, since we formed government in 2015, Canada has committed more than $500 million to ASEAN members. Our collaboration is more important than ever as all of us face an uncertain geopolitical and economic landscape. North Korea's pursuit of nuclear weapons, the Rohingya crisis, and the increasing militarization of the South China Sea pose security, humanitarian, and economic challenges to us all. Our long-term engagement in this region and our reliability as a trusted security and trade partner for ASEAN are based on a real understanding and appreciation of the importance of the ASEAN-Canada relationship and of the importance of ASEAN for this region, for Asia, and for the world as a whole. Given the pressure on the global trading system, it is critical for countries that believe in the importance of trade to continue to work together. This is a priority for Canada, and we are taking concrete, practical steps to defend rules-based trade. This is the purpose of the Ottawa Group, which is working on WTO reform, and of the mechanism to maintain WTO dispute settlement, which Canada agreed with the EU 2 weeks ago. I would like to strongly invite ASEAN countries to collaborate with us in these important efforts. We're very proud to have ratified the CPTPP, and I am delighted to see some of our CPTPP partners here. And I would also like to take this opportunity to reiterate that Canada is eager to conclude a Canada-ASEAN free trade deal. I think it's important for all of us to show that at a time when protectionism is perhaps on the ascendant, that we, countries that believe in trade, can move together in that direction. In a world facing increasing global challenges, most notably climate change, but also mass migration and the hollowing out of the middle class, it is becoming more and more obvious that no problem can be solved by a single country in isolation. As committed multilateralists, we Canadians continue to seek to build bridges with our partners around the world to answer the important global challenges and to work together to find collective solutions. This very much includes our work with ASEAN and with each ASEAN member, and I look forward to our discussions today. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Co-Chair. Now we are going to proceed to closed section. I will now like to request the media, please allow us to proceed in the closed section. Thank you. Now for the sake of time, we'll discuss agenda item